Hello everybody and welcome back to Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson. And today we are going to venture in to a new area of our garden called the Garden of New Beginnings. Now this area is completely new. So let's go and have a look at what we're up to. Right, the first thing you'll notice behind me is this beautiful green pathway. When I first bought this cottage, this was completely overgrown. You couldn't get into this area at all. Lots of trees had been sawn down and they were lying all over the place. Every bush, everything was overgrown. So I had to cut back and move everything out of the way. And when I did this, it was just a mud patch. And over the course of just a couple of years, the grass has flushed out and grown here itself because I've trimmed everything down and now it's lush and green. So the continuation of the rest of the garden goes on into the Garden of New Beginnings. There's a new area on the left side here that I'm going to be showing you around in a moment that has only just started to be opened up. It was completely overgrown with bushes and loads of bush roots in the ground. So I've had to go out with the help of Yorkim and pull all these roots up, cut them up, take them out so that we can get a kind of level ground that will be easy to strim. Now I'm not talking about a level grass plane, I'm just talking about level ground to strim. It's going to be bumpy and uppy. So behind me on this side here, this hole you can see, that is going to be our pond. So the whole of the Garden of New Beginnings will extend down from this side and you'll be able to see down towards the pond, and beyond the pond you will be able to see the wild orchard garden. So I'm just so excited about this. And then I need to go in because I'm going to show you an oak tree that has a low-lying branch that I need to saw off, quite a big branch. And I have a hazelnut shrub that I want to prune right down so that it becomes a nice little bush in the area. So let's go. Now, here, I want to take that lowest branch you can see growing here and saw that off. So there you can see Crystal Cottage in proportion to the new garden here, the Garden of New Beginnings. And you can see how it's opening out. And it's quite a big area, and it has a few more mature trees on the edge as well, outlining it, which is absolutely perfect. Now this pathway here in the middle, this looked just like that dirty patch there, only a year ago. And as I keep strimming it and getting rid of all the weeds, the grass naturally comes in and grows by itself, just as it has done in the Wild Orchard Garden pathways. They were also like this. So next year, it will start flushing out more green, and the year after, it will be a beautiful grass plain. Now, I'm not worried about it being bumpy and rough because this is a country garden and it has that wild effect about it. So it's going to be bumpy and rough. And with time, there will be probably a few flower beds in here too. Now, I just want to show you how much rubbish we got out of here yesterday. So look at this. This is some of the bushes that we trimmed back from around the last part of the Garden of New Beginnings. And in this wheelbarrow, this is some of the roots that we went in and pulled up, dug up, really hard work. We've taken at least 6 wheelbarrowfuls of those, piled up. This was the last one for the day because we got really tired. But all of this is going to have to be burnt off and gotten rid of so that we have space to clear more stuff later on. And as I said, I want to take this one branch you're seeing here off this tree to give it more height and allow more light into the garden and give it a more balanced look as a mature tree. So let's actually get in and chop that branch off now then. Here you can see some of the equipment I'm going to be using. Perfect. This saw is so good and so quick at sawing down tree trunks and branches, stems, and these two, if there's anything I need to cut into, these are really perfect for that as well. And today when I'm sawing, I'm going to put some safety glasses on because usually I'm a little bit lower than the branch if the ladder's not going to be high enough, and if it is, it will still help me not to get the dust in my eyes because it's quite windy today and I have a tendency to get dust in my eyes. That's very dangerous. So a pair of these, good for this job. So just need to get the ladder into place. That looks pretty perfect. That's the first part of it, yes. Did it. Whew. That feels good. Yes. Look at the size of this branch compared to me. Whew. Now I can take these glasses off. Look at that. Got that down. And actually, when I got up there, I decided to keep that little branch you can see there on there as a kind of little overhang because I'm thinking I can use that branch to hang things on. I can have some hanging chimes, or I could have some hanging baskets or something like that hanging from that one thin branch. And it kind of gives a little lid to the area, but not too much. So that's really, really nice. But now I need to chop up that big branch there a little bit more. Bit out of breath now. Whew. And get to the hazelnut bush that is just over there next to it that I also want to chop down quite low so that it flushes out as a nice little bush. It will already look mature because the stems are quite nice and mature. It will look like this garden's been like this for a long time already next year. Just wait and see. Chopping off a lot of these branches will help to move the whole thing much easier. So I'll just take these out and put them on the bonfire. Oh, quite heavy. These could also just be used in some kind of decoration. Look at me. I look like some kind of tribal dancer. And more. Oh, just like that. And this main trunk should still have my safety glasses on. This main trunk is going to go over to our wood pile for chopping up so that we can use it for winter wood in our wood burner in the cottage. Perfect. So there you go. That was that tree sawn down and with a whole new look. It looks fantastic. Now, I'm just going to cut the trunk of the little tree just here down by half, and I hope it'll flush out as some kind of bush afterwards. It's starting to get leaves on it now where I cut it down earlier in the season, but I want it a little bit lower because I want everything to be lower than the hedge around the edge so we can see the whole effect of the garden. And then the silver birch there, you see where I've put the ladder already. I'm just going to go up and take away the lowest lying branches so that that also has a nice clean trunk. So I've got my equipment, let's go. So that was nice and easy done. You can see it's still very much alive. So that tree will flush out as a smaller bush, so that would be really nice. I just want to see if it's level, if that's enough. You know what, that's fine. It's giving it the height that I want it to have. Now I'm looking at the little tree next door to it that I think needs a little bit of a chop as well. Oh, that feels perfect. It really makes everything feel like it's so much more mature and much, much taller. Now I'm actually feeling like I need to do a little bit on the aspen tree over there as well. I think I'll do that right now. Okay, let's go and get some of those branches on that aspen tree now as well then. Let's have a little look. I need to go further back to look. I need to take the one big branch that is still hanging up there, and then that's it. Now, that's it, I think. Oh, that was perfect. This tree looks so tall now. Yes, and it's opened up and I can see Crystal Cottage. For now, I don't know. I'm thinking of putting 3 Brabant trees here as well, like I put around the perimeter of the garden and in between the other gardens to give some kind of separation and also create a kind of mystery so that you have to go around to see inside the garden instead of being able to see everything in one go. Now I need to do some tidying up again. Listen to me, people. Safety glasses are important. So, back to the Garden of New Beginnings where you can see the things that I've done today. Here you can see where I sawed off that large branch and made an open space, and I still have a branch to be able to hang things on, which is really, really nice. We come down into the pathway and can see into the whole area that is being created. And look at these trees now, they've been tidied up. Look how much taller they look. They are really, really tall too. But that just extends their trunks even more. And you can see here the hazelnut bush that I pruned all the way down. So now it's like this. It's got leaves on it already. So imagine next year when it flushes out, it will be a nice little bush there. And then the tree that was growing over here, I cut down half again because I would like that to grow out as a little bush as well. So I haven't taken it all the way out. We'll see how it goes. It's got leaves on it, so we'll see how it goes if it will turn into a little bush. And there are 2 more here that I have the same idea for. One did have a leaf branch coming out and I accidentally snapped it off. So I know they should be viable for that. So you can see the hazelnut bush, the one behind that I've also pruned back. And just how the whole area is coming along. It's a big open space. Absolutely wonderful. And then you walk all the way down towards Little Heart Pond that will be coming shortly too. The willow trees that will be growing there. Halfway in the middle of the Garden of New Beginnings. And then the open area here to be worked on.